we do it every day. We be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best. I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio. This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and test us, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio.
How we doing? How we doing? Hey, happy V-Day. Happy V-Day for the love of this game. Don't y'all just love this game with all your heart? Football, Madden, the gridiron, the crowd, the plays, the huddle, strategizing. You know what I'm saying? Readjusting, doing audibles, X's and O's. X's and O's, that's funny. That's all love, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is volume 11, part 1. This is Coach Kenny Catfish coming back at you with another ebook. This is going to be a nice mini scheme for you guys. All right, so shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for winning the Super Bowl. That was pretty cool last week. And I guess you guys always see me rocking with Tampa Bay anyway. Tom Brady's on my team all the time, so you guys know I knew what was going on. I knew what was happening, cat. All right, let's get into it, man. This is volume 11, part 1. This mini scheme is called bunch and trip sets with formation shifting. Formation shifting with bunch and trip sets. That's basically what we're gonna call it. Formation shifting with bunch and trip sets. Kick back, get your crayons, get your notepads, get your popcorn, and let's get it on. Alright, so this is coming from the Carolina Panthers Playbook, but there is a lot of playbooks that has the bunch in it, and this is like the other mini schemes. What we do is we want to make sure we maximize all of the formations that is similar, such as number 5, the Y off trio. What happens is you got number 13 on the left, you got your running back in the backfield, you got 87, 81, 14. If you go to the next formation, which is formation shifting, it's the same thing. You got 13 on the left, same running back in the back, 87, 14, and 81. Okay, same thing for the bunch offset. Okay, same thing for the bunch open offset. And we got the same thing for the trips. 13 on the left, same running back in the backfield, 14, 87, 81. So that means we working from the trips, bunch open offset, bunch offset, bunch halfback strong, and the Y off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formations we're gonna implement. Fellas, I got a lot of gameplay footage. Lots of gameplay footage. So kick back and let's get it. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I want to do the bunch formations first. So which that's gonna be the bunch halfback strong, bunch offset, and the bunch open offset. Then we'll come back and fill in the gray areas with the trips and the trios and stuff. So like I say, this mini scheme still will apply to you if you're not running from Carolina Panthers Playbook, because some of these formations are pretty much the same. They're identical. What makes it unique is Coach Kenny Catfish, he will teach you how to maximize all of these plays, because if you ask me, number 6 and number 7 is the same thing. He don't know you move this man in motion or change the play or not. Running back just get on the other side. Everything is the same. And then you come back to the bunch open, it looks identical. Only thing is those guys are going to spread out, and then the bunch open offset isn't in so many playbooks this year. So that's how we're going to use that. So that's my nice little intro. Let's get on it, y'all. So we're going to go to the and first let me do this because I always like to do this for you guys when we start a new scheme. This is part 1. This is practice mode. You guys know what's going on by now. Part 2, 3, 4, and 5, or whatever, that would be 4-minute offense. We have gameplay footage in this video, but it's going to be primarily in practice mode to get the theory going. Alright, so you're in the bunch strong, halfback strong. If you shift, it goes just like this. No movement, really. Just the running back get on the other side. You go to the bunch open offset. It's a quick formation shift. No one goes across the formation. Everything is pretty much clean cut, dry, identical. And then you can go fill in the gray areas with your trip formation. That's pretty much the same thing. It's a quick shift. Defense won't even know what hit them. You get what I'm saying? Then you can go to your last formation. Now, if you the Y off, if you running Carolina Panthers playbook, you get everything I'm finna throw at you. And guys, I go into some great detail, and I've done hours and countless games of getting this thing down. And you're not gonna get it in one video, so I got a few videos coming out for you guys. I will get on that. This has been in my mind for a minute. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna get back and let's talk about some audibles and some formations. Alright, so like I say, in other playbooks, you're gonna get like the bunch. It may not say bunch strong or bunch offset, but it just might say just regular gun bunch. And most of these plays are in there. Like, you're gonna get space and switch, and you're gonna get flood, curl flat, mesh post, stop and go, dig, return, Z spot. You're gonna get those plays. The only thing about this is we get 2 of them. So the running back, so it's 12 plays in that one and 15 plays in that one. And these 3 formations right here, these 3 bunch, these are the main things. So you get 12, 9, and 15, and then the other 2. So yeah, let's start off with the first one I like to do. I like to go to the bunch strong, and we're going to talk about it. So what's unique about the bunch is the fact that you got a receiver. This guy, he was in the comment section the other day. He was a new guy, and he asked me about my left side, because what I like to do is, if you notice all these formations, they had one receiver on the left side. In certain sets, like the bunch open offset, this receiver on the left side, he's inside the numbers. So that means he gets outside leverage, you know. So that's why we shift to this formation versus, you know, the other ones and stuff. They're just, he's outside the numbers. So yeah, you can take advantage of when you see certain things. That's what makes it so unique. So when we go back, you know, you get your main plays like Y trail, inside zone, the shot, option read, and stuff like that in the screen, and counter. That's all nice too. So this would be my audibles for this. I actually keep Z spot in. I like to keep inside zone. You always want to have a run play when you're on all the formations, basically, because you want to keep everything looking the same. You want to make sure that the defense can't say you switch to this, that, and the third. If you can run inside zone from every formation and just shift, and sometimes you just move receivers around and you'll throw the whole defense off. So yeah, start maximizing that stuff. So we keeping Z spot in, and because Z spot right here, it's a man and zone beater at the same time. You know, you can get that post route over there on the right side. He can split the cover too. He can also beat man if they're shading inside. You got the red man. He's sitting in a sit route, they call it, or a spot route, and he can just get right in between some of the numbers or the colors, or in some of those cracks and crevices.
Hey, yo, DJ, put a nigga back to the record, baby, and give me this right now.
I like to put them in here sometime, and you know, it helps me get outside leverage. And the reason why I rock with Tom Brady TB12 is because he has hot route masters. So if you see an outside leverage, you can just simply do that right there, and then that's bombs away. Or you can just use Mike Evans. I like to use the tallest receiver on that side, my best receiver who's more physical. I don't care about speed or anything. Anybody who can box the man out. So you're gonna see a lot of that. Get it? Got it? Good. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that. So y'all, this video is gonna be a little bit lengthy. I'm gonna try to jam it in there and save some of the information for forming that offense. So let's get the ball rolling. So we got Z spot, we got inside zone,
to the record, baby, and give me this right now.
Boom. There's your screen right there. Usually you can do this screen right here. It's on, and notice it's on the same side as the bunch. And I've done this play way more than 17 times. I don't know what they talking about. Boy, they be killing me with that. Yeah, so, and I like to go get the best effective plays out of the formation and put it into the scheme. So you won't see me doing stuff like dig or flanker drive because they're generic plays. I mean, it takes too long for that inside dig route to develop on dig, and the rest of the routes are basic. You can hot route to those routes. You look at flanker drive, you can hot route to all of those routes too, except the tight end doing that wheel route. Maybe you can come out in that play. So anyway, I like to put the screen in there. And you look at this vertical, that's basic. Tight end vertical, that's basic. Not too basic, but it's nothing exotic about the other plays. You know what I'm saying? So and Y trail is nice to have, because that's 3 routes that you can't hot route to. So I like to put halfback screen and right there. Right there. And with R1, I like to take that out because that's kind of basic too. I mean, some people like to work the cross and go across the field, but what we do over here, fellas, is we do stuff that other people don't do. Everybody's as soon as you see somebody in the bunch, they're thinking all crosses. You get what I'm saying? So we like to stand out. We don't like to fit in. You get what I'm saying? So that's what Coach Kenny Catfish teach over here. Alright, so I'm taking PA shot out. I don't want no parts of it because if you playing against an elite user, he's waiting on 2 plays. Well, he's waiting on 3 things basically. He's waiting on the corner route, he's waiting on all crosses, and he's waiting on maybe sometime vertical. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most common play. So let's take that out, and I like to put halfback counter. What happens with the halfback counter is it's real cool. You guys will see all that. I'm gonna run all this stuff too.
Home your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Tempo, watch, we on time. Hey, now you know. Listen to the rhythm we giving them, we bringing it with passion. Smashing, you should just move to my groove. Case in point, watch how I improve. Then the automator is ready. You know we're hitter, a music motivator, and I'ma show you later. But right now we getting down. You ground, cause I surround your sound with rhythm that's raw rhymes that really get ya. Do your silly do like a Philly and I split ya. Hit your hard style showing out. Exhale long and blow 'em out.
So that's the setup for that. You got an outside run, an inside run. You got a high pass and a low pass. That's the main thing what you want to have when you setting audibles. All right, let's move forward. So we're gonna go to the next formation. It's the same thing, bunch offset. Only difference is the running back moves on the left side. Spacing switching, I did that whole video last video, well, 2 videos ago. It's called spacing switching and curl routes. This is the main play of the whole scheme. This play, when this thing don't work, if it work, keep abusing it. If it don't work, you know what I'm saying, just find other alternatives. And these audibles is going to help you get back to spacing switching. You know, it's going to keep the defense off balance. So I'm going to get these 4-minute offenses out quickly as possible. So outside zone is kind of trash because it's nobody pulling. It works sometime, but the block shed is just too real nowadays and stuff, and outside zone don't really do good of holding up. I tell you where outside zone do help at, if the defensive tackles has inside stuffer. They don't never respond and stuff to outside zone. So it's nice to have. It's either or, but I take that thing out and I put the best other play in here, double post. And you guys have probably seen this play before, and it's not in too many playbooks. What this play does is it attacks man and zone at the same time. You got the 2 post routes. They're not crosses, they're just deep post routes, and the user in the middle, he has to commit on one of those posts. And if he don't commit to one of them, well, let's say he do follow on, you got the running back coming right behind him on a I guess you can call it a cross route. So the tight end, sometimes he gets open in zone. I mean, he gets open tremendously in zone. And square, you know, you always have square. I talked about that 2 videos ago, how you can work square one-on-one, and if you just think it's man, you just cancel everything out and you just put square on a curl route and just throw your curl, man, and it just bails you out of this whole scheme. You know?
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. On 2nd down, now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. The 20, got him in, he finds Sanders. A gain there of 21 yards. From the gun, Brady. Over the middle here to Brown. And finally, he got a 15 for Jacksonville. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Again, it's Brady. And inside the 20. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Brady again. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's got another.
So, vertical halfback under. Where's that play? Trash. See what I'm saying? It's another basic generic play. I take that thing out and I like to put another screen. And see what happens with this screen is when you look at the screen right here in the bunch, you know, halfback strong, it's a screen. But let's say you come out of this screen and then you audible to the formation next to it. Now the running back goes on the other side and he is thrown off. He don't even know a screen is coming. Coach Kenny Catfish, he get real tricky on these guys, and I always throw these guys off. I've done this play way more than 21 times. I don't know what they're talking about.
At the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Here's Marino to throw. On the screen, it's Bettis. And he takes it in. Brady to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And that's good.
Last but not least, PA Fort Dig. It's another basic play. It takes too long to develop, so you can keep it. But another safe best play is mesh spot, especially if you have hot route master. I take mesh spot over mesh post because you guys seen on that space and switching video how crucial space and switching is. That's the same play with that red route, and I take it over mesh post because if you have hot route master, you can audible to a post, but you can't hot route to a sit route like he's in. You get what I'm saying?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Brady. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to...
And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown.
Drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Mike 51, Mike 51. You're not ready. You're not ready. Motion, motion, motion. Hey, Mike.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. And he comes back with one complete.
All right, so we'll put that in. All right, so we put that in, and that's that. You guys, if you taking notes, if you're taking critical, serious, like scientific notes on Coach Kenny Catfish, you can take a picture of that. Those are the audibles coming out the bunch, halfback strong, and those are the audibles for the bunch offset. And there you have it. You have 8 plays at your arsenal, plus the play you come out in. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it moving. I'm gonna be real brief with this because you can find 10 videos of mine in my video logs of this formation, the gun bunch open offset. Somebody asked me, is this my favorite formation? I said this is my favorite formation out of 5 formations in the game this year. The gun bunch open offset. I've had more success in this formation than any formation on the game. But it's not my favorite, but it's out of 5. It's in my top 5. Let's get on the field real quick. And I'm gonna briefly go over this because I've done 10 videos on this formation, so we can get up out of here. What it is you waiting on off coverage. If you look at square, you're waiting on off coverage. It's not off. I'm gonna just do it in a way to see what happens. Okay, sometimes that do happen, but I only really throw it when it's off coverage. I mean, he was off. He wasn't pressing, but I need those DBs to be way back there sometimes. Like when they be in those cover 3s and stuff, this is an automatic gimme. And the only way you can get that speed out is you have to put audibles. So I'm going to show you what the audibles is right here. And you pretty much just, if you master this formation like Coach Kenny Catfish have, all the rest of these formations will open up. You know what I'm saying? And there's times where I will go down that whole entire field just working these 5 formations. I mean, from the 1 yard line to the next 1 yard line, all the way. All right. So what the audibles is, we keep Y trail in. That's one of the best plays. It's 2 routes that you can't hot route to unless you had hot route master. Fake screen wheel kind of it takes too long to develop because the quarterback will do a pump fake. But if you don't have hot route master, that post route on the left side will come through. You just got to deal with the quarterback pump faking every time, and it makes more time on the play. So we won't even mess with that play. So we keep Y trail up in there. We keep inside zone, of course, and we take out flood. Now I've heard a few guys they keep flood in there, and I told them that's simply because you don't have hot route master. So you have hot route master if you're a fan of that. Like I mentioned last video, start getting in tune with pocket quarterbacks, because hot route master, boy, you can win games at the line of scrimmage, and that's just that. So I like to put the trap. Reason why I like to put the trap, because it's different from inside zone. When the DBs he start ambushing and the user start ambushing the middle, and thinking inside zone is coming, you can hit them with that trap, and that lineman just pulls around and just blows out everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And last but not least, we have RPO, peak receiver screen. Now, sometimes I do draw. I would never do Z sprint, sprint Z spot, because I don't like that green route. The quarterback automatically rolls that way, and most users, they contain. So that play is just a cross. We put a cross on that play. I would never do that play. And that's it. It's just 9 plays in here. So yeah, I put the screen in here, and the reason why is because the only time you can do that speed out is because of the trap and the peak. Those are speed outs. It don't look like it on paper, but when you get out of here, that's a speed out route. You notice? Let me show you the difference. See that route right there? It's a square out, but when you do it like this, it's a speed out. I think that cornerback blitz, and we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, he wasn't blitzing. I was just trying something. I usually don't do that in the game. Like I say, I only do this like that. That's what you want right there, off coverage. So I would go to it. I would. Now you got to still read that linebacker out there. So it would be just like that. All right. All right. So yeah, that's that. That's the gun bunch open offset. So I got about 10 videos on that, so there's no need to go into great detail on this formation because it's already been in there, implemented. And we would do like so you get it. So if you're working from Carolina Panthers Playbook, you have these 3 right here. You got the bunch halfback strong, like that, and it's closed. The only thing I don't like about these 3 formations is it's not a halfback screen from away from those 3 receivers like in the spread playbook. And fellas, I come from the spread playbook. You know, I've been working Carolina all year, but I've been making a lot of stuff. You know, I've been making the most of this playbook. Like in the spread playbook, if you find a bunch, you have a halfback screen like that, and that's the only downfall I don't like about this in Carolinas. But I've seen bunches in over 20 to 30 playbooks. It's like 42 playbooks in the game, so it's in over 30 playbooks with the bunch formations, and some of them have 2 bunches, some of them have 1, and other than that, you got to rely on the ones that's offset from these, which is the trips, the Y trio week, and that's look like that. And the only thing is, it's just not bunched up; it's more open, and sometimes you can mess the defense up because if he's man aligning, his players have to follow, you know, wherever the receivers go. I did a whole video on that before. It was coaching and film study. Can't think who was on the cover, but it's not hard to find. Yeah, it talked about base align and man align and stuff like that. So sometimes when they all bunched up, I go like all the way down the field, maybe like 10 plays, and get down to about right here, and then I just open it up on them real quick and start utilizing these next audibles, such as the halfback base. That's the main play.
Plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Well, at first down, Henry with a little bit of running room.
That's the main play out of this formation, really. And what happens is the lineman, he'll pull, but it's times where you can't do this. It's only like his line is open and it's stacked too far over there, so you really can't do it. So let's start talking about that. Alright, so curls. It's simple. It's basic. You can come out on your own curls. The only reason why I would do this play is because if I don't have hot route master and I want to implement that table route, that flat route from the running back, it's not really effective this year like it was in previous years. That table route, they try to make it effective, but it's not really. He don't really get that separation like he used to. And the defenders, they kind of play, when they play in the flats, they do a good job this year of playing the hard flats and the soft and the cloud flats at one time. So EA did a good job of using the defenders to that. So there's no reason to have that in there. You can come out in your own curl routes. So what I do is I take curls out, and of course we want counter. Counter is the same as halfback base. So
Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 26. A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he takes it in. Touchdown 7. On the counter, it's Henry. And he's going to be... They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And down to the 27-yard line.
4 verticals. Another basic generic play. You don't need these plays. Like, if you don't have hot route master, okay, you might need a post to the tight end, but don't you think the user gonna be sticking him he's gonna be in the middle of the field defending that guy? So this play is just non-obsolete. You know what I'm saying? So I would take that out, and of course we need a halfback screen. Now, what I was talking about earlier is, let me go. Like I said, I'm gonna go set the rest of these audible, then I'm gonna talk about that stuff. PA receiver end is nice to have. That switch route on the right side of the field is pretty cool. Followed by the drag route and the guy who's going over him with the dig route. It's pretty cool, but sometimes it take a little while to develop. So I like to put the PA post dig shot in here, and I'll talk about that. So let's get on the field. The rest of this stuff, I mean, you got corner strike, it's okay. Halfback counter trap is nice. That's nice, because the guys, certain players will shift their line the opposite way and give you that outside leverage over there. When you look at these 3 routes right here, if you look at cross and end go, last year the left receivers on that was a man coverage bunner. It was a man coverage beater. This year you get no separation with that outside release phase, so I don't even touch these routes right here. And like I say, the plays are they're generic, so I don't even touch those. I mean, some of you guys gonna use stick and nod. I understand with deep out. Stick is pretty cool to have. That's pretty cool. People expect deep routes when they're going against formations like this. A halfback draw is pretty cool, but Coach Kenny Catfish, he got to have a screen. He got to have an inside and an outside run and a high pass. So that's what I'm going with right there. And I'm going to flip over to the trips, which is the last formation out of this, which is right here. Now, stick, that's pretty cool. I keep it in there sometime because, like, sometimes the DBs, they'll back up real heavy and stuff like that. This is personal preference. I mean, sometimes you can literally kill people in stick and just pick out of the the tight end and that slot receiver next to him. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have. So I'll leave that right there. RPO bubble is the main play, because that bubble screen, ever since you guys been watching me since the beginning of time, bubble screen has been in every scheme I do. So we know you guys know how that rolls. So we keep that in there. 4 vertical gots to go. 4 vertical gots to go. In exchange for obviously an inside zone. Inside zone automatically, whatever formation you in, inside zone automatically gets a spot in the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Like the video if you understand what I'm saying. If you understand what Coach Kenny Catfish said. Inside zone automatically gets a spot in the audibles out of these 4. And the rest of the 75% can just, hey, may the best play wins. Alright, so with that being said, I like to have stick wheel. Because if you look at stick wheel and then you look at the rest of the plays, I mean, maybe RPO screen is nice. Maybe slot drive is nice. Maybe the screen is nice because we don't have a screen on that side. But that's the same as the bunch screen. So we don't really fool with that.
On first down, Brady. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It got his man complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down. to throw again. Brady. It's caught by Edmonds.
All right, so here you have it. This is everything at your arsenal. Starting with, I guess we could say Y trips. Now watch this. Let me show you the difference between gun Y off trio and just regular trips. Now this is trips. You know, you got all of this stuff. And then what I do is we call it formation shifting and trips bunch sets, because you can blend in the trips with the bunches. Now watch our audible to the gun Y off trip, you know, trio week. Watch our audible to that and look at the movement. It's very quick. You know what I'm saying? So these two formations kind of offsets each other. Of course, in this situation, I wouldn't do no run to the left, maybe halfback base, because I know that lineman to help me if I follow the blockers right. I probably wouldn't do screen unless the user is somewhere sitting on the opposite side. And when I do PA post dig, I put X on the drag. Now, one thing about Coach Kenny Catfish, I don't sit out here and give you guys hot routes. That's for you to find out. I just give you guys plays, and you know you got to go make it happen. But yeah, I do put him on a hot route right here, and they give you a three-way go to the left side of the field plus Evans. But I don't come out here and rely on this play. This is set up after running base and trap and stuff like that, and short routes like stick. You get what I'm saying? So I see these two formations as the same. They kind of feed off each other. It's like an extended audible system to it. Because let's say it looked like that and you want to shoot the gap real quick, you just hop over the inside zone. His focus is on the receivers mainly. He gonna take one of them linebackers and move over, and you just shoot the gap. You know what I'm saying? And get you like 3 or 4 or 5 yards or whatever. You know, any given down is different at all times. So that's how that stuff operate. And then when they start cramming in, you know, that's when you start trying to go over the top. If the blocking scheme is right, you know, you can always audible your running back. You can always put this guy right here inside the numbers and kind of work the slant or the curl route. That curl route something else versus man coverage this year, boy. He literally gets behind that man. So with all these formations, you always got to make sure you keep this in your back pocket, that little motion right there. Because if you want to, on every passing play, you can put this man in the curl route, and that gives you an automatic man beater. And then you work the other side of the field with zone beaters. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, this is football. This is like X's and O's. Like I say, happy Valentine's Day. This is X's and O's, man. Let's be real with that, boy. Alright, so we're gonna hit up these bunch sets real quick, and we're gonna get up out of here. Alright, so I'm in the bunch. You're gonna see all this on 4-minute offense. I'm gonna break this down even much better and stuff. Obviously, that looks like man coverage. So I would just straight up, you got the post route going, and you got Brown who sit underneath. Like once again, I will put Evans on a curl, and I'm looking for man. If it's man, I'm looking for a 14 on the post, or if not, I'm throwing a low pass to Evans on the curl. But if it's zone, you might have to try to get in the cracks with Brown. So I'm gonna just run real quick. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even do this. I would do inside zone once again, because look at the numbers. You see what I'm saying? Counter really wouldn't work right here because there's too many people on that side. But there's times when most of those DBs on the right side, they're going to be over here because they're going to be on the left side, because he would be base aligning. He wouldn't be man aligning. So I think the defense did good by man aligning right here. So I'm going to just run that Z spot like I was showing you guys. I'm going to move him over here. He's pressing, and we're going to run it. All right, so it looked like zone. I threw a low pass. This practice mode. Don't believe me, I ain't catch that ball, man. This practice mode, but yeah. So there's two high safeties. That looked like one of those cornerbacks is blitzing. I would instantly hit a hitch route. I explained that 2 videos ago. That's an obvious giveaway right there. So we're gonna have way more fun on 4-minute offense. You guys gonna see. I'm gonna be able to give you some real life scenarios. So that's just like a a rough draft of what's gonna be going on and stuff. I don't care how long this video is. If you guys want to stay tuned, do it. If you like the video, you like what you see, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment if you've been around. You guys are nice. You guys are brilliant. The channel is growing slowly for surely. I appreciate you guys' patience for waiting on me too. You know, that means a lot. And once again, y'all, happy Valentine's Day to the gridiron. Happy Valentine's Day to the football gods for the love of this game. Coach Kenny Catfish. See you next time. Out.
That's us with the crazy flow. You gon' hear us on the